Hello everybody, today I'm going to be ranking every single Five Nights at Freddy's character again. This is my second video and the 100 subscriber special, and you might be very confused because I've already done this on the channel. I wanted to do it again because I thought my opinions changed a lot. Like I've just gained new appreciations for certain characters. Like the entire Mediocre Melody gang. I love all those guys now. They're still not super high on the list, but I think my opinions changed enough to re-rank this. But my original ranking, I spent so long on it, so I just decided to make this the 100 subscriber special, the second video, because these videos are a lot of work. Ranking, well, in my original ranking I had 104, but I cut it down to 95 because I just didn't feel like some of these characters really counted. Like Shadow Mangle I had on my original tier list or ranking, but I decided not to include Shadow Mangle because there are other characters from Help Wanted that are like reskins, kind of. There's like the Blacklight Bonnie, Chica, Freddy, and Foxy from the parts and service room, or the animatronic repair. I forgot. I think it's called parts and service, the minigame. Anyways, when you flip it to hard mode, the character completely changes, but I didn't include those guys, so why would I include the hard mode version of Mangle, which is Shadow Mangle? So I hope you get what I'm coming with here. I hope you understand. But there is 95. I also put the tiers that I would rank these in, and I tried choosing colors that fit the characters. So you'll see 95 has brown colors. That means most likely that means that the character's gonna be mainly brown. So that's what I tried doing. But now that I have everything said, I am just gonna continue on with this list. It's a one heck of a list. It's a long list. So starting at the bottom, we have E tier. Number 95 is Pan Stan, and I'm sure you guessed that one of these Trash and Gang members would be at the bottom of the list. It just happens to be Pan Stan, because I don't like them. I like this next one slightly better. They're super similar. Number 94 is Bucket Bob. He was kind of a trick question in my quiz that I made. But just like Pan Stan, they're basically the same. I just like the way Bucket Bob looks a little bit better. 93, Mr. Can Do. Again, there's not much to say because it's a mediocre melody. I mean, not mediocre melody. Trash and the Gang member. Number 92, number 1 Crate. Again, it's a Trash and Gang member. D tier, number 91, Map Bot from Security Breach. This one I just don't really care for the character at all. Number 90, Mr. Hugs. The only reason that this Trash and Gang member is slightly higher is because Toy Freddy plays Five Nights with Mr. Hugs inside of Ultimate Custom Night. That's the only reason he's higher. Number 89, Old Man Consequences. I have nothing against this character. He just doesn't appear enough to be any higher on this list. I have nothing against him. C tier, number 88, the Blob from Security Breach. This one, it just feels like it's just dragging on at this point. We had Entered, we had Molten Freddy, and now we have the Blob. It just feels like it's just recycling the same thing that we've already seen. Number 87, same idea, just keeps on recycling. Now we have Burn Trap, we had Spring Trap, we had Plush Trap, we had Glitch Trap, we had Spring Bonnie, we had Burn Trap, we had Scrap Trap. Yeah, it's just recycling the same ideas. Number 86, Glamrock Endo. It's the Endo skeletons from Security Breach that are like weeping angels, where when you look away from them, they'll come at you, but if you look at them, they won't move. Number 85, Nightmare Bot, which is like the Nightmare bots from Security Breach. There's nothing bad about them. They're just kind of side characters. They're just there to exist. Number 84, Plush Baby. Again, nothing wrong with this character. It doesn't appear enough. It's in one minigame. I guess technically two. in Help Wanted, but that's it. Number 83, JJ. JJ is a secret character in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Just hides under the desk. It's like a BB ripoff, basically. Number 82, Vanny. Honestly, if Security Breach would have never came out and it was just Vanny from Help Wanted, from the secret ending of the Corn Maze minigame, I would have put in Vanny a lot higher because I thought she was quite cool in that game. But then Security Breach came out and I don't really care for that character anymore. Number 81, XOR. This is basically what people call Shadow DD, but it's really XOR, the actual name. So this one just appears 100% chance of appearing on 50-20 mode. A very, very slim chance of appearing on any other night. So it's nothing really special. Number 80, ORVILLE Elephant. This is the first mediocre melody on the list, and in my opinion, it's by far the worst. Number 79, Phantom Balloon Boy. Out of all the Phantoms, this one is my least favorite, so it's first because it's my least favorite. I don't know, there's nothing wrong with the Phantoms. I don't think so, in my opinion. Some people think there's a lot wrong with the Phantoms, but I actually kind of like the Phantoms. You'll see some of the Phantoms way higher on this list. Number 78, Phantom Marionette. Again, nothing wrong with this character. She just doesn't appear often. She's only in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. Number 77, Electrobab. I actually quite like Electrobab. He just doesn't appear often enough. That's a common theme with a lot of these lower tier characters, is they just don't appear that much, and that's why they're so low. Number 76, Phantom Mangle. I love Mangle as a character, but the Phantom version, not my cup of tea. I don't think anybody still says that, but I just said it because I felt like saying it. Number 75, Rockstar Chica. Rockstar Chica is my least favorite Rockstar animatronic. I'm not even sure why. I don't know. There's nothing wrong. I don't know. There's not really anything wrong with any of the characters coming forward unless I mention there's something specifically wrong. So I'm going to stop saying there's nothing wrong with them because, I mean, you get the point at this point. I like all the characters at this point on. Number 74, ENDO 01. Okay, there is something wrong with this character in my opinion, so I'll mention it. This character is such a cool character in my opinion that if it appeared as like a cameo appearance kind of in each of the games, I think this character would be awesome. Just in some parts in Service Room or some secret thing where you just see ENDO 01 somewhere in each of the games. That would be awesome in my opinion. But I know a lot of you probably wouldn't like that. That's just my opinion. Number 73, Mr. Hippo. I know a lot of people like this one the most out of the mediocre melodies, but I never really understood it. I know he has a long speech, but in my opinion, he's just not as good as the others, like Ned Bear and Pig Patch. Number 72, ENDO 02. Same thing with ENDO 01. ENDO 02 I like even more because ENDO 02 actually gets up and starts walking around the building and can even help you by blocking the left vent. Number 71, Phantom Foxy. I love Phantom Foxy. I think he's so cool in Five Nights at Freddy's 3, but there are two Phantoms that I prefer more than Phantom Foxy. I don't know, I just really like the mechanics of Phantom Foxy. That's pretty much it. Number 70, the Mini Arenas. These ones are in Night 4 of Five Nights at Freddy's sister location, and in the custom night, 2 characters slots are taken up by mini arenas, but they're still there. They're cool, but they don't really do anything. Number 69, DD. DD, a lot of people would absolutely put her at the bottom of the tier list or ranking. I can understand why people don't like her, but I think she's fine because she just balances Ultimate Custom Night. When you get good at the game, like I have like 100 hours practiced into the Ultimate Custom Night. That, in my opinion, just playing easier nights and DD appears, I'm not thinking, oh, what a bummer, now I actually have to do something. I think, cool, let me figure out what characters she added. Because to somebody like me, it's quite easy to figure out who she added. It just makes the game more interesting. I really like Dee Dee as a mechanic in the game. Number 68, Phantom Freddy. Phantom Freddy's really cool. He just walks in front of the window, and if you look at him, he'll duck down and then get in your office and jump scare you. I don't know why I like Phantom Freddy so much, but there's still a Phantom that I like even more. Number 67, Pig Patch. I really do like Pig Patch. His voice sounds really good in Ultimate Custom Night. He looks really cool. He has 2 different colored eyes. Yeah, nothing really else to say about him. Number 66, DJ Music Man. He's like a 300-foot tall spider animatronic. That was slightly exaggerated, but he's a really tall spider animatronic. And that's cool. I like big spiders. Number 65, Ned Bear. This is another mediocre melody. I really like Ned Bear. I'm pretty sure there's one mediocre melody I prefer over Ned Bear. There is, yeah, I remember. But Ned Bear, I like him. It's like FREDBEAR. It's an obvious ripoff of FREDBEAR. He's cool. Number 64, El Chip. I know that doesn't really make any sense at all to put El Chip this high. I honestly don't know. I couldn't tell you any reason I like El Chip. I just like him. Number 63, Biddy Bab. We already had Electro Bab on the list. Now here's Biddy Bab. He's not only in the custom night, unlike Electro Bab. He is in night 2, I think. Maybe night 1 of a sister location. I forgot. Anyways, the night where you go underneath the desk. I think that's night 1. No, it's night 2. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's night 2. Now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Number 62, the Freddles. They're just on the bed behind you in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. They're cool. I like them. And Nightmare Freddy in Five Nights at Freddy's World is one of the coolest looking animatronics because he has all the Freddles on top of him. Number 61, Yendo. Yendo is a secret animatronic in the original Sister Location game, but in the DLC, the Custom Night, he also is a customizable character. It's obviously like a yellow bear Yendo, because Golden Freddy's original name was Yellow Bear. So it's kind of like a mix. Yendo. I'm sure that's what that's supposed to be. B tier. We're moving up. Number 60, Sundrop. Okay, I'll just say that the next one is Moondrop. I decided to put these two together because I like them pretty much equally. I like Moondrop slightly more, but they're alright. They're actually pretty cool characters in Security Breach, but they're not my favorite in that game. I actually like the characters in Security Breach, although that's a quite unpopular opinion, I think. But I hate the game. Don't get me wrong. The game is absolutely terrible. But I like the characters. In my opinion, they're really cool. Number 58, Rockstar Bonnie. Rockstar Bonnie, he has a really, really cool voice in Ultimate Custom Night. It's really like metallic-y kind of, but that's pretty much the only reason I put him above Rockstar Chica is because of his voice. That's literally it. I kind of like his voice. Number 57, Monty, or Montgomery Gator. He's alright. He's way overhyped. He's super overrated, but he's not that bad. Number 56, Happy Frog. This is my final mediocre melody on this list. Happy Frog is my favorite mediocre melody. I never know why. I've always liked Happy Frog the most out of the mediocre melodies. I don't know. I just like Happy Frog more than Ned Bear. Number 55, Bonnet. This is one of the characters on my previous list that was super low compared to what it is now. I really like Bonnet now that I have more experience with the games than I did back then. Bonnet is really cool. I like her. Number 54, RXQ. Let's just say that. RXQ, or RWQ FSF ASXC, if you want to be technical. RXQ is the secret character in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. People call him Shadow Bonnie. I don't. I call him XOR. I mean, not XOR, RXQ. I call him RXQ. I always have. Fun fact, actually, I learned his entire full name when I was in 7th grade. I was in science class. I was bored. So I just looked up his name, and I just started repeating it over and over and over until I just memorized it. And ever since I memorized it, I never forgot it. So then I turned that into some of my passwords along with a couple other numbers. But yeah, this is part of all of my passwords, is just his name. I don't know why. I like his name. It's kind of cool. Actually, another fun fact is how Scott Cawthon came up with this name is he literally smashed his face in the keyboard, and that's what he got. At least that's what I've been told. Don't take my word for it, but that's what I've been told. So yeah, continue. Number 53. Music Man. I really like Music Man. And he's a spider, but he's cute somehow. He's a cute spider. And scary at the same time. He's a very cute spider, but he's terrifying, if that makes sense. Number 52. Jacko Chica. I actually kind of like the Jacko animatronics, including Grimm Foxy. Jacko Chica, Jacko Bonnie, and Grimm Foxy are really spaced apart. I like Jacko Chica, but then one of the other two are spaced out quite a bit from Jacko Chica, and then the other one is spaced out quite a bit above the other one. I don't know why. A lot of people hate on these characters, but I think they're cool. I like the reskins. Number 51. This is the final Phantom animatronic, and it is Phantom Chica. I've always liked Chica more than Bonnie, if I'm being honest. I've always loved Chica more than Bonnie. But with the Phantom animatronics, I don't know why, but I love Phantom Chica way more than any of the other Phantoms. Like, if you ask me who my favorite Phantom animatronic is, I'm not even going to think about it. I'll say Phantom Chica. With all the other ones, I might think about it a little bit. This one, if you ask me, the first thing I'll say is Phantom Chica. I like Phantom Chica way more than the others. Number 50. Ballora. Ballora is overrated, actually. I never thought I'd say that, but she's quite overrated. I always thought she was, like, mid-tier among everybody. But I've talked to a bunch of people, and everybody says she's, like, S-tier. And I'm like, what do you mean? You're insane. There's no way. I don't know. I just don't like her that much. Never did. Number 49. Balloon Boy. Balloon Boy, again, he's hated on, but that's because people thought he was an annoying character in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. But if we want to talk annoying characters in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, how can you not bring up Withered Foxy? He actually kills you, and his mechanics are even harder than Balloon Boy's. Number 48. Jacko Bonnie. Here's the second Jacko animatronic, Jacko Bonnie. I like him a lot. And to be honest, I don't know why I like Jacko Bonnie more than Jacko Chica, because I usually like I usually like the Chicas more than the Bonnies. But in this case, I like the Bonnie variant more than the Chica variant. Honestly, I can't explain it. I don't know why. Number 47. Mini Music Man. I know his official name is Wind Up Music Man, but I don't care about that. I'm calling him Mini Music Man because that's what I like to call him. So Mini Music Man is the character in Security Breach that, like, it attacks you in the vent system, and you have chase scenes. I don't know. I just like the way it looks. I think it looks pretty cool. Number 46. Toy Freddy. Toy Freddy gets a huge boost from Ultimate Custom Night. If it wasn't for that game, he'd be much lower on this list. Literally the only reason he's this high is because of Ultimate Custom Night. Number 45. Rockstar Freddy. He's alright. Kind of overrated, but he's alright. I literally can't think of one thing to say about him besides please deposit 5 coins. Number 44. Lolbit. I never heard anybody state their opinion about Lolbit, but I always liked Lolbit. At one point, I even liked Lolbit more than Funtime Foxy. But I always liked Lolbit. I thought she was a super unique character from Five Nights at Freddy's sister location. I know she originated from FNAF World, but when I think of Lolbit, I obviously think of FNAF SL. I think she's a cool character in that game, and she's even in Ultimate Custom Night. I don't know. I just like her more than the average person would, I think. Number 43, GLAMROCK CHICA. Another security breach character, and like I said, I think the security breach characters are quite underrated. I think they're cool. GLAMROCK CHICA isn't as good as some of the others in the security breach game in Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, but she's alright. Number 42, Helpy. That text is quite hard to read. If you're like super far away, I bet that'd be hard to read. Helpy is just he's like a miniature Funtime Freddy. He's like a little tiny Funtime Freddy without a bonbon puppet. And he just guides you through, he helps you through Five Nights at Freddy's, Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. Number 41, Funtime Foxy. This is Funtime, it's like the pink version of Lolbit, but it's actually a main character. That's literally all I can think of to say about Funtime Foxy. Number 40, Nightmarion. I like this character a lot. I think that this character is one of the cooler Five Nights at Freddy's 4 DLC characters, but there are still a couple above Nightmarion that I have on here. Number 39, Rockstar Foxy. Rockstar Foxy is my favorite Rockstar animatronic. Technically, I guess there's one more, but it doesn't have Rockstar in the name. I like Rockstar Foxy because of Ultimate Custom Night, where the bird flies by and then you click it and then it has a chance to help you and kill you. I don't know. I like that mechanic. It's like a gambling system. Number 38, Bonbon. Bonbon is... He's cool. I don't know why I like him so much. Again, I can't explain it. I just do. I like him that much. Number 37. I think that's a 7, right? I don't know. Withered Foxy, anyway. Withered Foxy is... He's annoying in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Way more annoying than Balloon Boy. But I have him higher on the list because I like him more. I don't know. His design is cool. He looks cool. His mechanics are alright. It's just an overall decent character. I always thought that he had a long nose. And I don't know why, but I liked that he always had a super long nose. When I think of the character, I imagine him having this massive nose. I don't know why. I'm weird. A tier. We're moving on up. There's only one tier above A tier, which is S tier. So this is the second best tier of characters. Number 36. Scrap Baby. Scrap Baby is the worst version of regular baby. It's the baby that got kicked out of Entered. That's what this is. Number 35. Number 35 is Roxanne Wolf. Not the best security breach character, but the second best in my opinion. I don't know. I just like her more than the other security breach characters, except for one. Number 34, Scrap Trap. Scrap Trap is alright. He's like Springtrap version 367. We all seen it before, but it is what it is. Number 33, Molten Freddy. Molten Freddy is actually quite cool. He's not as cool as Entered, but it's Molten. It's basically Entered that without Circus Baby, and Funtime Freddy took over. Number 32, Shadow Freddy. And for some reason, I think this color looks really cool. Shadow Freddy is in Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and 3. He's literally just a secret character, that's all. But he's a cool secret character. Cool enough to be this high, anyway. Number 31, Glamrock Freddy. This is the final security breach character, I think, on this list. I'm sure it is. So GLAMROCK Freddy is the best security breach character, in my opinion. Yeah, what can I say? He's the main character. That's pretty much why. Number 30, Toy Bonnie. Toy Bonnie is really cool. I always liked him a lot when Five Nights at Freddy's 2 came out. And actually at one point, he was one of my favorite characters in the entire franchise, and I don't even know why. But that was a long time ago. Anyways, number 29, Withered Golden Freddy. It's basically Golden Freddy. Take Golden Freddy from the first game, but then make him less mysterious. It literally takes away his one good thing. But it's still a version of Golden Freddy, so he is quite cool. Number 28, Nightmare Mangle. There's one reason, and one reason only, this character is up this high. I'm sure if you know me, and you know my channel, I'm sure you know why. Nightmare Mangle is my profile picture. The advanced dude drew it a while ago now, but he drew it, and I love that profile picture, and it really boosted this character up there. Number 27, that's a bright yellow, Toy Chica. I like Toy Chica a lot more than Toy Bonnie because her beak comes off, and I like Chica's more than Bonnie's. And her beak did have a huge part with like the lore, apparently. With Five Nights at Freddy's 4, the minigame, Chica's beak was on the floor, and then Scott Cawthon specifically mentioned that in one of Matt Pat's videos. I don't know, it's a bunch of complicated stuff. I barely keep up with the lore anymore. I do a little bit, but not too much anymore because I just gave up after Security Breach came out. I can't even tell you one thing about the lore about Security Breach. I can about the other games, not Security Breach. I don't know anything. Number 26, another yellow character. Apparently there's like 5 in a row, it feels like. Withered Chica. Withered Chica is cooler than Toy Chica, because Withered Chica looks cooler. She has no hands. Her jaw is permanently wide open, and she just looks amazing in my opinion. Number 25, another yellow character, or orangish. Nightmare Balloon Boy. It's supposed to be pale, I guess. Nightmare Balloon Boy. He's really cool. The main reason I like him is because he was actually like, he was one of my favorite characters in FNAF World when Update 2 first came out. Yeah, that's literally the only reason, pretty much. Number 24, Withered Freddy. Withered Freddy is awesome. He looks so cool. It's so iconic to see him reaching out to you. And when he comes in your room with your Freddy mask on, he's reaching out to you in the office. It looks really cool. Super iconic character. Number 23, Nightmare Bonnie. A lot of the nightmares are going to show up here, so don't yell at me for putting them all in one pile. But they're just such cool characters. They have to be up this high. I love the Nightmare animatronics. FNAF 4 is my favorite FNAF game. If you watched my last special video, you would know that. But Nightmare Bonnie, he's really cool. He looks awesome. Number 22, Withered Bonnie. Withered Bonnie is my favorite Withered animatronic because his face is ripped off. That's literally it. And his left arm is ripped off. His left, our right. He's cool looking. Number 21, Nightmare Chica. Nightmare Chica is really cool. Just at the top of my head, I remember Nightmare Chica was Markiplier's first jump scare in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. I just know that off the top of my head because I don't know why. Nightmare Chica is really cool looking, just like Nightmare Bonnie. Everything good about Nightmare Bonnie applies to Nightmare Chica, except for I like Chica more than Bonnie, so she's higher. They're pretty equal though. Number 20, Bonnie. Just regular Bonnie. Bonnie the Bunny from Five Nights at Freddy's 1. That's who this is talking about. Bonnie he's quite cool. And the entire Five Nights at Freddy's 1 cast, except for ENDO 01, he's my least favorite. And I get yelled at a lot for saying that, but it's not that I dislike the character. Obviously, I really like the character if he made it this high on this list. But I don't know why, I just find him to be the weakest character out of the bunch in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I don't know why. Number 19, FREDBEAR. Here's a slightly controversial pick, and I think he's really cool looking. I always just found it like super awesome that he was like a 60-foot tall animatronic just reaching out to you in the game over screen of the DLC, the Halloween DLC for Help Wanted. It's such a cool moment, in my opinion. It's just such a cool moment that it has to be this high. Number 18, Plush Trap. Plush Trap is like the mini version of, he's like a plush version of Springtrap. I guess that's quite obvious, but that's what he is. He's really cool. He's small, and he's the mini game in Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 being my favorite FNAF game, he's automatically going to be boosted because of that. Number 17, GRIMM FOXY. This is the final Jacko animatronic, if it even counts. In my opinion, it definitely does. But GRIMM FOXY, the only reason he's this high is because he looks freaking awesome. He absolutely looks like one of the coolest animatronics ever. I don't know what it is, but he looks sick. I love the way he looks. That's the only reason he's this high. The only reason. Number 16, Nightmare. Nightmare from Five Nights at Freddy's 4. He's awesome. He's like the worst version of Nightmare Fredbear, but he's this high. That shows you how good Nightmare Fredbear is. I love Nightmare Fredbear, by the way. At one point, okay, that's off topic. About Nightmare now. Nightmare is like the harder version of Nightmare Fredbear, and that's usually a good thing, but in this case it's not, because that makes it a lot more RNG based. It's the only thing that bothers me so bad about Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is Nightmare Fredbear's mechanics and Nightmare's. If it wasn't for those two mechanics that just make things go from no RNG to RNG, if it wasn't for that, this game would be like unbeatable in how good it is. It would be such an amazing game if it didn't introduce luck. It made me mad when I just think about it. It just makes me mad. Number 16, CHICA. Just regular old CHICA from Five Nights at Freddy's 1. I don't know why people hate on CHICA so much. I think that's not really a thing anymore, but back then people used to hate on CHICA so bad. I don't even know why. I think she's cool. I like her better than Bonnie. Yeah. Number 15, Funtime Freddy. Again, another controversial pick, putting him this low. But it's not really low. It's just lower than people would want. I love Funtime Freddy. Funtime Freddy is awesome. His voice, absolutely perfect. No, there's nothing wrong with his voice. He looks awesome. His voice is awesome. He's just a really, really good character. I don't know. He just doesn't really do much, if I'm being honest. He doesn't do much. He's not in any game except for Sister Location. I don't know. I can't put him any higher just because of that. Number 14, Nightmare Foxy. Nightmare Foxy is like one of the scariest animatronics in the entire game franchise. Nightmare Foxy is so scary looking, in my opinion. I think there's probably one that's scarier looking. We'll get to that later, but Nightmare Foxy is absolutely terrifying, in my opinion. I don't know. I just love this character. I kind of wish he actually had a tongue originally in like the pictures for Five Nights at Freddy's 4, but then they cut it for the final game. I wish they would have kept his tongue. It was like a really long snake-like tongue. It was cool, but then they cut it. But he's still cool without it. Number 13, Nightmare Freddy. Nightmare Freddy, like I said with the Freddles, Nightmare Freddy in Five Nights at Freddy's World is absolutely one of the coolest looking characters because he has all the little Freddles on top of him. Nightmare Freddy's awesome. He's super cool. He's the main character of Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Kind of. But he's awesome. I love him. Number 12, Funtime Foxy. Wait. I could have sworn we already had Funtime Foxy on here. Yeah, we did. We already had Funtime Foxy on here. Okay, you know what? This Funtime Foxy placement is like Yeah, no, that's wrong. I don't know how that got there, but that Funtime Foxy placement is totally wrong. So just pretend that this Funtime Foxy was never here. So everything I said about Funtime Foxy before applies, just much higher on this list. I don't even know why or how I made that mistake. That was just, I don't know. I literally had no idea how. But I imagine it's probably because of this. I was ranking these, but then I decided I had all this list, but then I decided to move a character up a bunch, Withered Foxy. So then that might have messed up Funtime Foxy, and I might have accidentally put her on there twice, and then she just got put there somehow. So yeah, just pretend Funtime Foxy's here. It's more right. I definitely like Funtime Foxy more than Funtime Freddy. So yeah, it should be here, but I don't know how it got all the way back there at first. Now, we are at S tier. S tier is literally perfect, basically. There's almost nothing wrong with it. Okay, before we move any further, I'm going to warn you. If you'll get mad at opinions, you should just walk away, because this is the most even if you don't get offended easily, I'm not gonna lie, you might get mad at my ranking of this top 11 here, because I don't know, I've told some people my top 5 now, and they literally go rage storm on me. Okay, my top 5 is janky. I'm admitting it. My top 5 sucks, but they're just my top 5. So number 11 is Foxy. Foxy the Pirate from Five Nights at Freddy's 1. He's awesome. To be honest, when the game first came out, the original game, when it first came out, he was my favorite character. But then he got so overhyped that I just started to not like him anymore. But then that excitement over this character just disappeared. And I was like, why don't they like him anymore? So then that made me like him even more, because he wasn't super overhyped anymore. So now, Foxy's an S tier. He's the lowest of S tier, but he still made it an S tier. Number 10, Freddy. Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's 1. He's literally the main character. How can you go wrong? Number 9, Ennard. Ennard, again, I don't think you can be mad at me for having him in my top, S tier, having him in S tier. Because, admittedly, he is a really, really cool character. He's literally the entire sister location gang inside of one animatronic. It's really awesome. Number 8, Lefty. This is the highest Rockstar animatronic. Even though it doesn't have Rockstar in the name, this counts as a Rockstar animatronic, so it's this high. I love Lefty. I honestly debated putting Lefty in my top 5. That's how hard this list was to make towards this end. Lefty was insanely hard to rank here. I don't know. From here on out, the list got super hard to make. I couldn't decide. But Lefty's here. It's the marionette trapped inside of Lefty. It's really cool. Number 7, Glitch Trap. Glitch Trap is the scariest animatronic in Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, in my opinion. He's really cool looking. Okay, he's so cool. But I don't know. He's only in Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Not that that's bringing him down any, because he's just so cool in that game. He's really, really cool. Number 6, Circus Baby. I really, really, really wanted to put this in my top 5. I really did. But I couldn't. She was easily in my top 5 the first time I ranked all these guys. But I don't know. I like the top 5 that I have now even more. I really, really wanted Circus Baby to be in my top 5. I think she even might have been number 1 on my previous ranking. It was either that or Marionette. But especially my top 10, it's changed so much since the last time. I just thought about it so hard. And Circus Baby, she's a really cool character, but she can't be in my top 5. There's just so many other cool characters. Just like Golden Freddy. Golden Freddy is the best character in Five Nights at Freddy's 1, in my opinion. He is so cool. There's nothing wrong with him. He's a perfect character. And he's just so cool looking. Well, not looking, but he's just so cool. Like, the way he is. He's super mysterious in Five Nights at Freddy's 1. And he's just so mysterious. Like when you get jump scared by him, it crashes the game to make you think that was that really a glitch or was that supposed to happen. It gets you thinking when you first come across it. He's just such a good character. Number 4, Nightmare Fredbear. This is where Nightmare Fredbear is. He is the scariest Five Nights at Freddy's 4 character. He's actually the scariest in the entire franchise, in my opinion. He's really cool. I love Nightmare Fredbear. He was my favorite Five Nights at Freddy's character in the franchise at one point. But then it changed to Mangle. But you'll see what my number 1 is now. Yeah, Nightmare Fredbear is so cool looking. He's one of the coolest looking characters in the entire franchise. And he's a variation of Golden Freddy, but he's an even better version of Golden Freddy. And that's like unheard of. He's just such a cool character. I love Nightmare Fredbear. Number 3, Springtrap. Springtrap is my number 3. Springtrap was my favorite FNAF character in the entire franchise when the game first came out. But then over time, like 2 years ago, he wasn't my favorite character. Then it was just switching between a couple characters until I settled on Mangle for a long time. And then it switched to somebody else. I don't even remember who. It was just a mess. But Springtrap was my favorite character for a long, long time. He's so cool in Five Nights at Freddy's 3. He is William Afton. He is Purple Guy, just stuck inside of a Spring Bonnie suit. He's so cool. Number 2, the Marionette. Yeah, I love the Marionette. The Marionette is just, I know it sounds like a broken record. I'm saying the same thing about these last 11 characters, but she's just so cool. I love the Marionette. She's really iconic in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Just a really, really overall great character. Okay, number 1, I'm sure you all know who it is. I'm sure. Well, I guess I can't be 100% sure, but I'm sure at least one person out there knows who it is. But my number 1 character is Mangle. Yes, it went back to Mangle. It is now Mangle, and I'm sure it will be Mangle for a long time. I don't think there's anything that's going to change it again. I love Mangle. Mangle's my favorite character in the franchise. A super complicated lore-wise anyway. But that's not why I like this character so much. It's just, she's really cool design-wise and mechanics and everything. She's just a really, really cool character. But I guess technically that would be the end of this video. I'm going to go all the way back to the first slide and end it. So, yeah. I know that's a really long video compared to my usual videos, but it really deserved it, because this tier list, or this ranking, took me like the course of 4 or 5 days to complete. It was such a hard list to make, and I'm sure you can imagine why. It's a lot of characters. So anyways, that'll be the end of this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment if you want to see more rankings and stuff like that. Subscribe if you have not. I suck at outros. Goodbye.